Hi, my name's Leona from Supra ConsciousSoul, and this is your Cancer General reading. So, the energies can go either way. So, if you feel I'm not talking about you, it could be reversed, and that's the other person. And I've got the I've reversed the roles because that can happen. Also, whenever you see this, is the right time to hear the message. So, it's not date specific, although obviously it will relate a lot to what we're going through now. Oh, okay. We've had a few cards come out. Queen of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups. Knight of Swords. Issue, Seven of Wands. Okay, the Hermit. Ace of Wands in reverse, distracting you. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, helping you. Page of Swords moving forward. The Chariot moving forward. There's your card, Cancer. And the Star. Okay, I can see what's going on here. I've already pulled out your Oracle cards, as you can see around, just to save some time. And underneath we have the King of Cups. Now, what this is saying to me is that underneath, you're going through this growth, yeah? Now, can you see here? We have this skeleton here that is nourishing this forest, yeah? That is allowing this new day to rise. It's like it's giving it a lush. It's feeding it. So there's something in your past that you're growing from. Now, what's interesting is that we have the King here, and the Queen in reverse is your first card. Now, you could feel like there's an opportunity that you need to take. It is quite emotional, although it doesn't necessarily have to be about love. Yeah? So what I mean by that is you have your heart set on something, but yet you may fear that you're going to kind of crash onto the rocks and burn, or crash onto the rocks and fall apart, or you're fearing like it could be that you're feeling a little bit like a victim at the moment, because this card can put us in victim mode, and especially with all the events going on at the present time, it can be easy to get out of balance emotionally, yeah? Now, it could also be that there could be other people that are around you that are kind of manipulating your emotions in a way. Or you could feel like there's nobody there to kind of support you. But I also feel with the King and the Queen here, the Queen is not following her intuition. She's allowing her emotions to get washed away. Once you've got balance of those emotions now we're using that as some kind of transmutation, yeah? So, we have this new opportunity that's being offered here. This could be a birth, this could be a new child, because that could make you very kind of, oh, it's good, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, will I be any good? I could be worrying about my child in the midst of all of this crisis right now. But it could be somebody's baby in terms of their creative project. It could be somebody's baby in terms of, wow, that's a new job that I've just been offered, yeah, and this is exactly what I want, yeah. And this is able, where you're able to fill your own cup as well. Self-care is necessary with both the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups in a reverse. This can talk about fertility, it can talk about birth, growth, and we have something coming in, but you're scared to move on it. Yeah, you're scared to move. It can be a new relationship for some of you, and maybe you're unsure about this person, yeah? It's like you're scared to move in case you hurt yourself, yeah, with the Knight of Swords. This is like some kind of message of truth. It could be as well, where you come in with some kind of quick message of truth, or something comes in very quickly for you and it kind of sets you off balance emotionally, and you're like, oh, can I do that? Maybe not. But you can, is what it's saying here with the king, yeah? You've got to put all of those old skeletons that you're carrying around in the closet into the past, right? Because here, one of your oracle cards, your first one, is the ancestor who speaks of your heart's desire. So when I was saying that it was something emotional with the King of Cups, it's something that you're really longing for, something that may be a secret dream for some of you, or it could be just a person for some of you, somebody that makes your heart kind of skip a beat, something that is like, it's so good that it sends you kind of wonky when it comes in, if that makes sense. And it's because the universe is trying to tell you, look, that is one of your heart's desires. That's why you've suddenly been sent off kilter here. Now, what's interesting is that your next oracle card is 17, and that is the stars number here, and that is the card that you end with here, which is interesting. So this is a card of faith, yeah? This is a card of needing to rest when you need to, and now this energy is helping us to do that right now. But what you're going into this rest period for is to kind of look at stuff to do with your dark side, to do with your, maybe your darker feminine side, yeah? Maybe because this thing that's coming in is so divinely feminine, it's like the dark feminine is reacting from a place of fear, not from a place of faith, right? So there's a need with this energy, yeah, to fight for something without fighting for it, yeah? Otherwise, it can kind of work against you. The more you force something with this dark energy, yeah, the more it's going to go against you, yeah? You may need to go against the rules, yet at the same time, I don't know, it's like you need to find another way of dealing with it, yeah? So what combats the dark? Then the light combats the dark. So what combats fear? So it's love over fear for you guys, yeah? This is what is going to combat your darkness. When we're needing to look at our shadow sides, we're needing to bring it to the light, just acknowledge it, accept it, and then move on. It doesn't have to be a deep process. It doesn't have to be that now I've got to go to 12 weeks of therapy, or I've got to go to sort out this. It's not, it's simpler than that, yeah? So, you then move to the Seven of Wands. So this is the issue. You're almost fighting against what's supposed to happen. It's like you're resisting it. You're trying to stop all of these emotions from flooding in. So you've built up a dam here, yeah? And you've got these fires around you, so that's adding to the extra pressure. It's almost like post-traumatic stress in a way. It's like, oh, that's happening, so I've got to build a dam. But the good thing's coming in because it's the good thing here that's going to put out the fires. But you've just blocked it with a dam, yeah? So you need to take down the dam, yeah? That's the darkness right there. That is the darkness, so that you can let the water in, so that you can allow it to do what it's supposed to do. This opportunity is supposed to come in. It's something destined, yeah? It's one of your heart's desires. Now, the Hermit card is telling you, go inside yourself, because the answer is within you. It's your heart's desire. Nobody else would be able to answer this. It's the thing that you dream about. It's the thing that you envision. It's the thing that you long for. But then once you actually get it, is it gonna kind of scare you? Yeah? Or are you letting your emotions take you away from what it is? So the Hermit is about going inside, looking at the data, yeah? asking yourself some questions about what are your heart's desires, what is it that you want. Because what's distracting you is you thinking, oh no, I can't move forward, I can't start it, I can't start it, I can't start this thing, yeah? I don't know how to, it's not going, it's going out, no, it's not going to work. This is fears, this is you putting a no in the works before you've even kind of allowed the universe to show you something different. Now what's helping you is this down. So your shadow side is helping you. The times when you've been down are helping you so that you can be humble as you rise, so that you can stay centered emotionally as you rise into this new thing. That's where we find the balance with the Wheel of Fortune. Because if we sit on the top, it's going to go down. And if we sit here, then we're going to be hanging on for dear life as it goes up. So in reverse, it means that you're kind of keeping yourself stagnant, holding yourself back. And this is where you're needing to learn the lessons. But I do feel like you do, although you move forward very wearily, yeah? Very wearily with the Page of Swords. This is like a turning point in your thinking. Now, what I like about this card in a way, which I've never kind of noticed before, is that I feel like she's walking with blind faith. She has a crown on. She knows who she is. She's not going to get off her throne, yeah? But at the same time, I feel like she's got this faith in what's coming next, yeah? Even though she's been through all of these stresses. Look, she's got lightning, she's got tears, but she's cracking through this darkness. And I've never seen this about these cards before. Not in this way. She's cracking through this darkness. All of these eyes, all of these reasons why this person can't do this thing. And she's bringing it to light. And she's doing it with her faith. Or he is doing it with his faith. We're not talking, it's like gender neutral, really. But they're using their intuition. Now, the interesting thing is that one of our cards is intuition and the inner child. So there may be things that you need to heal in terms of your wounds, things that are coming up to the surface just to look at, because they may have been stopping you moving forward at some point. We're all going through this kind of big healing process with Chiron at the moment, yeah? And in a way, I feel like all of this water's around. Like, you're needing to keep your inner child happy. You're needing to work around those issues, yeah? So that you can use that energy, that joy from that inner child, that imagination, that creation, to go and do something that can benefit not only that inner child who's now very happy, but the world. Now, you also have Ganesh, which is saying yes. This is about support, yeah? You may feel in the beginning of the reading like you didn't have no support, but you do. And you're kind of walking forward a bit hesitant, but you're saying, I've got this. Because with the Chariot and the Star, this is recognition. This is recognition for your movements forward. This is when I've balanced my divine masculine and feminine, and now like the universe is saying yes. Ganesh is saying, look, we're clearing away the obstacles, yeah? With this card as well, it can talk about writing, it can talk about artistic projects, but it also talks about puncturing like illusions, puncturing the dark, yeah? Removing those obstacles, and look how golden it is now. So there's something where you're moving forward. All of that, you're moving through hope and faith this month, Cancer. You're moving through hope and faith. Now, what have we got here? We've got you moving towards infinite abundance. This is the life purpose cards. You're the first ones that I've pulled this for. One of these for, but it says you are fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So your desires are hiding behind it, your divine life purpose, yeah? That's why you're being pushed. And everything that you went through was so that you could learn, so that you could come out of the other side wiser, so that you could trust on your inner wisdom. Because the hermit has to go on a journey before he can recall that journey, So it's very much about putting the past to bed, but not in putting it to bed as such, more like looking at the data and then saying, yeah, I acknowledge that, that's me, and then putting it away. The stuff that you don't need, but your desires are needing to come forward. Now, we also you have the moonstone. So it talks about emotional healing, ancient power, and female energy, which is very much you, Cancer. You are the epitome of feminine energy. Now it says the moonstone holds the ancient energies of the female archetype. It is therefore symbolic of the circular nature of life and the evolution of the self. It resonates with the energies of life and death and sees them as necessary processes to growth. It is like its associated sign Cancer is a deeply nurturing and spiritual stone. It opens the mind to psychic knowledge and allows us to see through the emotions to the spiritual. It is used for calming the emotions and soothing traumas associated with trying to hold on to material possessions. It helps to open up the self to the inevitability of change, allowing us to let go. It brings the unconscious into consciousness and helps heal old emotional wounds. Moonstone provides deep emotional energy and encourages clear-sighted and open-minded understanding of emotional traumas. Extremely beneficial to all aspects of reproductive health and cycles, including menstruation, pregnancy, childbirth, breastfeeding, and menopause. It balances the entire hormonal system and encourages the body to repair and revive its cycles. Very good for rejuvenating the skin, hair, eyes, and anything particularly associated with aging. Drawing this card indicates that it's time for you to recognize the female powers in your life. Are you honoring them within yourself and others? Deep. So, you also got some healing to do when it comes to loss, yeah? But this could be about regrets. This could be about losses of material things like the moonstone was saying, yeah? It could be, but you're healing it. And the angels with this card are asking you to ask for their help. Your healer guides are saying, look, we're reaching out to you to help, yeah? Your angels can help you, but only if you ask. There's such a thing as free will. So don't be afraid to ask, yeah? This could be stuff that's going on now or in the past, or stuff that is going on now is being triggered from things in the past, yeah? And this is where the healing's coming in. Now, you also have the third chakra, yeah? This is talking about your life force, but it's ruled by our emotions and our desires, funny enough. So, your heart's desire is very necessary right now. If you want to call on an archangel, you can call on Archangel Chamuel, yeah? And he will give you that extra energy. So just say, Archangel Chamuel, give me this extra energy, please, to accomplish my heart's desire. Thank you, 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 thank you. Done. It's as simple as that. Now, your Osho Zen card, actually, before I do that, we'll talk about your North Node stuff. So North Node in Cancer very much now, you're needing to have faith in your feelings, needing to not worry about things from the past, and now is the time to use your intuition. These are your North Node messages. Now, we also have misuse of power in terms of your Osho Zen. So it says, the only antidote for the misuse of psychic powers is love. Otherwise, all power corrupts. It may be wealth, it may be prestige, it may be politics, or it may be psychic. It makes no difference. Whenever you feel powerful, if you don't have love as an antidote, your power is going to become a calamity to others, a curse, because power blinds the eyes. Love opens the eyes, love cleanses the eyes, your perception becomes clear. In Ramakrishna's ashram in Dakshin, Calcutta, there were so many principles, and Vivekananda was one of the most intellectual. There was a very simple man who was also a disciple. His name was Kalu, a poor man. He was so faithful, religious, emotional, that he had in his room hundreds of statues of different gods. Early in the morning, he would take a bath in the Ganges, And then the worship of these gods would begin, and of course each one had to be worshipped equally, otherwise somebody may feel offended. So Kalu's whole day was lost and everybody was laughing at him. What are you doing? Just one god is enough. Vivekananda was the most prominent in making a fool of Kalu. He said, "You are simply stupid. These are just stones, and you are wasting your life." But Kalu would not listen to anyone. He continued his way. One day Ramakrishna gave Vivekananda a certain method of awareness to practice. Go into your cell, close the door, and practice it. When Vivekananda came to a certain stage, he felt himself so full of power that the idea came to his mind. If I say at this moment, just within myself, to Kalu, take all of your gods and throw them into the Ganges, he will do it. And he did it. He said in his own cell, just within himself, Kalu, just collect all your gods and throw them all into the Ganges. Kalu collected all these gods in a big bag and was dragging the bag down the steps when Ramakrishna ran after him saying, "What are you doing?" Kalu said, "Suddenly I heard a voice. It must have come from God himself because there was nobody in the room, saying, 'Kalu, go collect all your gods and throw them into the Ganges.' It was so powerful that I could not doubt it. Ramakrishna said, 'Come, bring your gods back and I will show you from where the voice has come.' He knocked on Vivekananda's door. Vivekananda came out and Ramakrishna was very angry. He said, 'Vivekananda, this is the last thing I ever expected of you. I had told you to be aware not to destroy a poor man's life. He is so simple-hearted, so loving, such a beautiful man. How could you do it? From now onwards, you will never attain to that same power again.' And it is said Vivekananda died without attaining enlightenment. Although he became Ramakrishna's successor because he was a great orator, had a certain charisma, influenced people, he himself died a poor man knowing nothing. And the reason was that he disturbed a simple-hearted man because he got just a little power and he immediately used it, not for the benefit of somebody, but to harm somebody. So that is very big. And what they're saying is that if there has been this unjust, the wheel is going to turn, Don't stay down there where the wheel is. Go to the center of the wheel, balance yourself, and then start to enjoy the ride, because that's when you move forward, So I really do hope this has helped. Take care, stay blessed, much love.